day 3 of my sickness. Oh, and I'm miserable. I've got the sniffles real bad. Just feeling like the biggest wuss ever. Trying to get through it. Another day.
It's a wall.
Apparently I kicked some ash. Does that make me a ash kicker? What we doing with all this meat?
We're gonna can it. Yep, we're gonna raw pack it. Baby, I like it raw.
Oh baby, I like it raw.
I'll probably. I was gonna make strips too, but you can't tell the difference between the chunks and the strips once it's canned. So.
Yeah. Roxy likes it too.
Yeah, she does.
Got lots of meat. Roxy is very interested in what you're doing.
None of this is for you. You already got your treats, Foxy. Looks like it smells like meat.
So with this, you put in 2 inches of water before the jars in the canner. And then this is 7 quarts. I think it does, what, 14 pints?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly.
14 pints.
14 pints or 7 quarts. So that's 7 quarts. Now this is the All-American canner, so you have to use a little petroleum jelly because it has no O-ring. You're just making sure the lid's on there even?
Correct.
Alright. So now what do we do?
Now, I'm going to get this fired up on high. And we're going to wait for the steam to start coming out of here like a steam engine. And when it's coming out real solid all the time, then we can start our checking to see if we're at 15 pounds of pressure when we put our thing on. This is a jiggler. When you put the jiggler on, this pressure will rise all the way up to 15 for us because we live about
Such a high altitude.
Yeah. And so once the jiggler's on, this pressure will rise to 15, and then we'll just want to keep an eye on it and make sure it stays at 15 the entire time. And we'll be doing this for 90 minutes for these quart jars.
90-minute process time.
Yep.
Alright, so that's been venting for about 10 minutes probably, huh?
Probably.
Probably. We forgot to hit the
Set a
timer, but pretty sure it's been 10 minutes.
Or more. Which means it would be at 15 pounds of pressure.
That's right, because we live in insanely high country.
What is the elevation of Ash Fork, Arizona?
Ash Fork's elevation is 5,160 feet.
Whew. We're up there. Alright. We got the jiggles. So, it is now up to pressure. And we'll set the timer for 90 minutes. And we heard a pop, so we're hoping that one of the jars didn't break, but we're not exactly sure just yet if that's going to be the case or not. And we won't know for another, well, more than that, because after, can't really see it, but after the 90 minutes, we got to let it, we just turn off the heat and then let it sit until pressure reaches to 0 by itself. So that's going to take probably a little while after that too, but it's a process. Now you might be asking, why are we canning meat? Well, if you've been watching our videos, you realize that we're on solar power, 100% off grid, so we have to be conservative on our electricity usage. And one of the main things that uses a lot of electricity is a refrigerator and a freezer. Well, this refrigerator is not electric. This is a propane refrigerator. But as you can see, this is the ice box. It's not very big. The bigger the propane refrigerator, the more expensive it is. And here's the actual refrigerator part. We got a whole turkey down there. We're going to be canning that later. So we did the math on how much a real refrigerator that's electric would take power-wise, and wow, we were pretty shocked. Even the energy efficient ones, you know, the Energy Star, whew, they still take a lot of electricity. So we lucked out. One of our neighbors gave us this propane refrigerator for free. The house did come with a propane refrigerator, a bigger one actually, but the company that made it is no longer in business and hasn't been for quite a while, and it wouldn't work. And we tried to fix it, and we did everything we could do, and they don't sell parts for it anymore. So yeah, we lucked out. Our neighbor really helped us out, and that's one of the great things about living out here in the country. Now, talking about deep freezers, those are usually even worse. We did do some research on some of those, and a company called Sunstar makes some really good energy efficient for off-grid stuff, deep freezers. In fact, you can even buy them with little solar panels and battery setups just for the freezer. And they're really nice, but they're about $2 grand. So here's some of the canned meats that we've already made. This is beef strips. We got some other beef chunks back there. And you just put it in there raw, and the fat is, all the liquid is from the meat itself. I think this is turkey that we got here from another turkey that we got, and then there's some chicken. And once again, with chicken as well, it's just that's its own juices. You just put it in there by itself, and you know, of course, if you want to know how to pressure can meat, there are plenty of good videos out there about that. In fact, we have some turkey broth back there. Here's some ground beef, some really fatty ground beef. Great thing about canning your meat is that it, you know, it's pressure cooked, so it's very tender, and it can last you 5 years or longer depending on how you store it. So, without any electricity or refrigeration. Oh, one of them bubbled. So we'd picked up a really good deal on cabbage, a lot of cabbage. And what this is my little sauerkraut making factory. Those are half-gallon jars. So we have about 3 gallons almost of sauerkraut that we're going to be having. We do have one that's plain, but we have a couple here that are spicy and some with just garlic. And it takes about a week to lacto ferment, but it's a superfood. It's got all the great healthy bacteria you could want, and it lasts a really good long time if you don't eat it all. Super good for you. Alright, so 90 minutes is expired.
Yep, time to turn off the heat. And we're just going to let it.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything else to it until the pressure on the dial reads 0. So the needle's all the way down at 0. Time to open it up, see if we lost any jars. Do we see any signs of a lot of leakage? I don't think so. I don't see any meat floating around.
Well, maybe it's okay.
We'll find out. Oh, one of them already pinged.
And another one.
Oh. Each one of these quarts is about 2 pounds of meat. What's really cool is you can really see it bubbling, and this will do this probably for at least 5 hours, where it's bubbling like it's still on fire. It's kind of a interesting thing that happens.
That one just pinged as soon as I set it down.
Alright, well, we'll leave them for 24 hours and then come back, clean them up, remove the rings and stuff like that. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, you know, give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. God bless.